Welcome to Friday Beyond Spotlights, where we invite leading minds and game changers with incomparable experience and unique knowledge to come on our light-hearted yet informative show. We aim to help business leaders and the wider community gain insights, grasp opportunities, see behind and beyond spotlights, so we can get a full picture, dream bigger, and achieve more together. I'm your host for this episode. My name is Nick Chen, a lawyer and lawmaker. Friday Beyond Spotlights is honored and pleased to present to you our guest today, the Honorable Algernon Yau Ying-wah, JP, the Secretary for Commerce and Economic Development. His portfolio covers policy areas from trade, commerce and telecommunication, broadcasting, from promotion of intellectual property and consumer protection to boosting inward investment. Algernon, welcome to Friday Beyond Spotlights.
Nick, thanks very much.
Algernon, to many of our international business audience who has not been back in Hong Kong partly due to the then COVID-19 quarantine requirements, is Hong Kong now open for business?
What I'm seeing today is a very energetic Hong Kong. Since the relaxation of the COVID-19 restrictions, business are coming back. In last year, we run the financial summit, the Rugby 7, and also other activities, snooker tournament as well. So Hong Kong is slowly back to normal, and we are seeing people moving around, especially across the border. And many people are flying out and in of Hong Kong. You can see the number of flight movements are adding day by day. So Hong Kong is slowly coming back.
Well, for our friends who are thinking about expanding their operations in Asia, coming to Hong Kong as a regional or global headquarters, can you share some interesting facts and maybe some government initiatives helping with that?
Hong Kong is a free trade city, and we welcome business to come to Hong Kong to do business. Hong Kong is also a financial center, and under the 14th five-year plan by the nation, we are going to build 4 more centers in Hong Kong. One is the International Property Trading Hub, Art and Cultural Center, Innovation and Technology Center, and also Aviation Hub as well. So together with the already on hand 4 centers, Hong Kong is moving very, very aggressively to promote the city to do business with the world.
What, in your opinion, is the most important resource to make all these plans come to fruition?
Well, I think we should have good policy by the government to attract enterprises to come to Hong Kong so that they will set their regional office, head office in Hong Kong, take the talents to come to Hong Kong, enjoy the business for the longer term development of the city. According to the policy address announced by the Chief Executive in October last year, we are setting up an office to attract strategic enterprises to do business in Hong Kong. And the office has been in function recently.
Great.
And we are also using our overseas office, 17 offices all around the world, to promote the idea and to talk to the strategic enterprises to invite them to come to Hong Kong to settle down.
Are you setting any money aside for this?
The government is setting aside 30 billion Hong Kong dollars.
30 billion?
30 billion
Wow.
is quite a handsome amount of money for joint investment with those enterprises if they are interested. So it is a change of the laissez-faire policy by the Hong Kong government. Now we are more focused and more targeted.
Is Hong Kong a talent hub, a talent pool?
Hong Kong has our professionals, but we have to attract more talents to come to Hong Kong, especially younger generation, so that we can build the talents, build the resources, build the pool, so that we will build a future for Hong Kong in different areas.
Could you share with the international business audience Hong Kong's role in the Greater Bay Area Development Plan?
We have to integrate into the Greater Bay Area development. The Greater Bay Area has a population of about 86 million, and the GDP is very strong. It's about 1.9 trillion US dollar.
Wow.
Yes, about 12 to 13% of the total GDP of China. So there are plenty of opportunities doing business in the Greater Bay Area, but we would encourage the enterprises to use Hong Kong as a platform to get into the Greater Bay Area. On the other hand, we would like to invite the business from the Greater Bay Area to use Hong Kong as a platform to go international.
What are the advantages of Hong Kong operating under one country, 2 systems?
Well, one country, 2 systems is giving us a lot of freedom. We use common law, the rules of law, the low taxation regime, free trade, free flow of capital, and a very good government.
How does Hong Kong's policy gel with the country's policy?
We have to be totally integrated into the country's policy for the economy development, like the Belt and Road Initiative, as well as the 14th five-year plan. So we are in close coordination and discussion with all the relevant parties in mainland for the joint development of the economy of Hong Kong as well.
Algernon, you've been leading a lot of delegations in helping to
right.
promote business
Yes.
and trade. How is the international business community responding?
Well, I've been to Cambodia, and I just came back recently from Vietnam, taking a delegation of about 70 people to visit the country. I went to Hanoi and I visited the industrial park in what they call the Hong Kong province. I saw very good development over there. I met with their ministers on trade and industry, planning and investment, and also science and technology. All of them showed the great interest about cooperation with Hong Kong. And of course, our Hong Kong business sectors are also interested to invest in Vietnam. So I'm seeing very good opportunities for cooperation with those ASEAN country members.
Do they see Hong Kong as a gateway to and from China?
I think this is our advantage. Everybody is seeing Hong Kong as a platform for doing business with Greater Bay Area and also with other cities in China.
Can you share with us the Hong Kong's role or potential future role in RCEP?
RCEP is a very interesting subject. RCEP is formed by 15 countries, the 10 ASEAN countries plus China, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, and Korea. We have signed free trade agreement with 13 out of the 15 members. And
So what's a big deal to add two more? Does it work like that?
Because we haven't signed anything with Japan and Korea. So that is a very important step so that we can enjoy the free trade agreement arrangement, tariff boundaries and custom boundaries, etc., so that we can do trade more freely. And we have applied for our accession since January 2022. It will take about 18 months' time for the accession. So I've been lobbying with all the ASEAN countries and other members for our accession, and most of the countries are showing positive support to our application.
Can I ask, how does the rules of origin change under RCEP? What opportunities does it open to businesses?
Well, because RCEP is formed by 15 countries, allowing lowering of the tariff and custom boundaries, trade of services, etc. So that will provide a very healthy environment for the business sectors for doing business with the RCEP countries.
Now, you've been super proactive in enhancing trade policies, improving business.
That's my job.
And the business operating environment. Can you share any other major recent developments for the international business audience?
OASIS, that's what we call the Office of Attracting Strategic Enterprises, is a new initiative for international business so that they can come to Hong Kong. And we will offer a one-stop shop arrangement for them. And there are policies including land, taxation, finance, visa, and also one-stop shop for their kids coming to study in Hong Kong. So that will be a tailor-made or bespoke package for enterprises who are interested to settle in Hong Kong so that they will feel Hong Kong as their home.
Are you doing something to help micro, small, medium enterprises that make up?
Well, that's another good question asked.
Businesses?
Yeah, Invest Hong Kong is a department under my purview, and they have a task to attract more than 1,100 companies to come to Hong Kong in 3 years' time and to provide more than 15,000 jobs. So we welcome any business come to Hong Kong, doesn't matter if it's strategic enterprises or other companies or other business that they are interested in doing business with Hong Kong. So we welcome everybody.
I mean, one of the centers you talked about is no doubt the, the transportation logistics hub.
Aviation hub.
Aviation hub.
Aviation.
So Hong Kong, why Hong Kong? Why has it been that successful?
Hong Kong has been very successful because of our geographical location. In 5 hours flying time, we cover about half of the world's population.
Wow.
And we operate to many destinations, more than I think 200 destinations connecting from Hong Kong to the world. And Hong Kong is a transfer point for many passengers.
What do you like most about Hong Kong system or advantages that makes it so unique that compared to the other international cities in the world, you would say this is the place?
Hong Kong has been successful because of the people in Hong Kong. I would say the Lion Rock spirit
Yes.
is what we base upon to make Hong Kong so successful.
For international audience, what is the Lion Rock spirit?
Well, I mean, the can-do spirit.
Yes.
And then we are able to face all challenges all the time over the years. Under difficult situation, Hong Kong people can stand up again and again against all odds.
And in terms of connecting with the national development plans, what advice would you give to young people?
For the young people, they have a choice of their career, and joining the public service is one of the choice. If they would like to join the government, my advice for them is that don't take it as a job, take it as a career, and with strong commitment to serve the city and the nation.
Algernon, does the government have any specific measures to invite talents and business people to come to Hong Kong?
Definitely there is a plan by the government to invite people to come to Hong Kong. I think they have bought 500,000 tickets.
Whoa!
To relaunch Hong Kong so that they can give the tickets to the people to come to Hong Kong so that they can come and see. Seeing is believing, seeing Hong Kong is back to normal.
Thank you, Algernon. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Friday Beyond Spotlights. We have with us today Algernon Yau, JP, the Secretary for Commerce and Economic Development. His portfolio is very wide, covers policy areas from trade, commerce, to telecommunications and broadcasting, from promotion of intellectual property and consumer protection to boosting inward investment. Who is Algernon Yau behind and beyond Spotlights? Who or what defining moments in his life shaped him into who he is today? We'll get to learn more in this show and tell segment, where we would go behind and beyond glaring spotlights as our special guest today brings an item that has a special significance to him. Algernon, please show us that item.
Well, here it is. That's aircraft model. It gives me a lot of memories about my life.
Okay, may I?
My first job was in aviation. And then all along, I played with my career with aviation for 42 years before I got a chance to join the public service. And during my time in aviation, I was very lucky. I found my wife.
Whoa.
Well, when I was working in Jardine Aviations, suddenly on one day, I found a very pretty girl joining the company. And she was only 18 years old. So there were many followers behind her. But I was rather lucky. I don't know why she picked me up. Maybe I look stupid. I wasn't that handsome comparing to the others. But
far too humble.
Well, I mean, the chemistry worked. So we were together for 8 years before we got married because after a few years meeting her, I quit Jardine Aviation and joined Cathay Pacific at the age of 24. And that's why I remind myself I am 24 all along. Even today, I'm still 24 in mind.
Yes.
So that it gives me a lot of energy with everything. 24 is a turning point in my career because when joining Cathay Pacific, they gave me very good training, career development. I was progressing from a junior staff to management. And in 1990, I got a chance to be seconded to Dragonair as the manager, looking after ground services and airport handling. From the time I joined the aviation business, and I found my family, and now I've got 3 kids, and my eldest daughter is a cadet pilot. Then I was back to Cathay Pacific in 2006, and they put me to look after the airport handling at Hong Kong International Airport. I went across many ups and downs. I went through the volcanic ashes in Europe,
Oh, I remember
the
those days.
tsunami in Thailand, the earthquake in Japan, and I was the one looking after all the crises and to handle the customers. For the volcanic ashes, it was a very difficult one. Not only flights were not operating, but a lot of Hong Kong students stranded in Hong Kong looking to go back to UK especially to sit for the A-level and O-level examination. Failing to send them back then they will miss the chance and they will miss their school years. So I got a very heavy responsibility to help those young people going back. And other elderlies, they have to go back to Europe as well.
Yes.
So days and nights, I was working in the airport for 7 to 8 days continuously, days and night handling those people. I managed to send most of the kids back to UK to sit for the examination.
Wonderful.
And I received many compliments from them as well. And the tsunami as well, how can I save all those Hong Kong people stranded in Thailand? We sent charter aircraft to a small airport for them to come back. Even closer to the COVID situation, I took the flight to Wuhan with the crew to take the Hong Kong residents stranded over there to come back under the COVID situation. So I have to take the lead, be a leader. So that's why I'm always 24 with energy. Without energy, you can't be doing that.
Has there been downtime for you, any crisis or your personal crisis in Korea, decision you made, tough decisions that you don't have to do it, but you did it anyway?
There were crises in Hong Kong and also crises in the world affecting the aviation industry,
Yes.
like SARS,
Yes.
like the financial crisis, and currently the COVID situation affecting aviation. So I still believe with the Lion Rock spirit, Hong Kong can shine again.
Your daughter is now soon a pilot.
Still a
pilot.
cadet.
Still a cadet, soon a pilot.
When my daughter graduated from university, and she studied accounts and finance, and then she went to get a job in one of the big four. And after a while, she told me, "Dad, I would love to become a pilot." I said, "Why? You study accounts and finance. Why you suddenly change your idea and would like to become a pilot?" And she said, "I love flying." So I said, "Fine, it is your choice. It is your career, not mine. Make the decision that you like. Choose a career that you love so that it is not a job, but a career for life."
You talk about career. What about your own career? I mean, why did you give up we all know, a high-flying career, business, career, to join the hot kitchen, work as a civil servant? Did anything happen in your life?
Not really high-flying, but I struggle a lot during my career in order to climb up to the top of the ladder. It is not that simple and easy. You need to be very consistent, and you need to be very aggressive, and you need to be very demanding to yourself to make achievement and performance. And you have to refresh every day about what you did wrong so that you can improve. So I spent 42 years in the aviation industry, have no regret. Actually, I reached my retirement age and I joined another startup airline. And all of a sudden there was a call saying that, "Are you interested to join the government?" I say, "Why not?" Because I love the city, I love the country. Why not take a chance?
Algernon, was there someone in your life who helped instill that strong sense of civic service in you?
Well, my grandfather, and actually he was regarded as a hero by the nation, and he did a lot of great things during the Qing dynasty to protect the unity of the country. Our family migrated to Taiwan in the Qing dynasty, and at the time he fought against the war to protect Taiwan and protect the unity of the nations. Of course, he fell, according to the history, it is well known. And then he went back to mainland and started his journey to provide education, started up many schools to educate the younger generation with Western knowledge and bring them to see the world. And he got many friends from other parts of the world to help him along as well. And he started many schools in different provinces. And eventually, he was elected as a legislator in Guangdong provinces, and he went to Nanjing for the president election, but unfortunately he passed away in 1912. I didn't have a chance to see him at all. But his achievement, his contribution, and his passion on the country give me a lot of influence when I was very young.
He's inspiring.
Yeah, very inspiring. And being a Chinese, I love my country, I love the city. So when there's a chance to join the public service, I say, why not, if I could contribute, but not sure if I could do as good as my grandfather.
You're doing great.
Thank you.
As we reflect on the past, introspectively look at how Hong Kong or the world is today, and gaze into the future, what is in store for us?
The success of the one country, two system, as reassured by Chairman Xi in the party's 20th Congress, telling Hong Kong a very good story and giving us a lot of confidence and direction. The 14th five-year plan set a very clear direction for Hong Kong to achieve. And with our advantages like the financial center, the common law, the rules of law, the low tax regime, free flow of capital. Well, I'm very confident that Hong Kong will be soaring high again in the sky like an aircraft.
Terrific.
Great.
Now we come to the fun rapid-fire segment of the show, where we ask our special guest today some up-close and personal questions.
Okay.
Algernon, I'll be asking some questions there. No right or wrong answers.
Okay.
But can you please just say what comes to your mind?
Okay.
How many air miles have you clocked up so far?
I couldn't remember, but I traveled to many places in the world in the past.
Your favorite comfort food?
Hot dog,
Favorite sports?
badminton,
Type of music?
classical and folk songs,
Last book you've read?
Blue Ocean Strategy,
First job?
aviation,
When are you most productive?
nighttime,
Describe yourself in one word.
bulldog,
Who do you admire?
my grandfather,
Where do you bring new visitors to Hong Kong?
Mongkok,
Your hidden talents?
drawing,
Talents you wish you had?
linguistic.
What is your proudest moment?
When somebody say, I love you,
What would be the title of your autobiography?
a humble servant,
What qualities do you admire most about your parents or grandparents?
patience, love, and passion,
Your greatest fear?
retirement.
What advice would you give to your younger self?
Be more aggressive, be more humble.
What legacy would you like to leave behind?
A name that people will speak about and remember.
How will Hong Kong look in 5 years?
Glorious.
Thank you, Algernon. Algernon, can you share with us suggestions or well wishes for Hong Kong?
Well, Hong Kong has gone through 3 years of the pandemic, facing a lot of challenges. But I am very confident Hong Kong is back. And in future, Hong Kong will shine again as the pearl of the Orient.
Algernon, thank you for joining us on Friday Beyond Spotlights.
Thank you very much, Nick.
Thank you. Algernon, this is the $1 million view waiting for guests from out of town.
Well, absolutely. This is the beautiful scene, which we can use it to tell the good story about Hong Kong. So we welcome people to come to Hong Kong and enjoy all these beautiful scenes and see Hong Kong as a beautiful city.
The sky is the limit.
Sky the limit, soaring high in the sky like an aircraft.